It's the side of a quay in a seaport town. A large barrel sits among posts and chains as 3 policemen enter in the moonlight.
I think this would be a good place to put up a notice.
Better ask him. Will this be a good place for a placard?
Will we put up a notice here on the barrel?
There's a flight of steps here that leads to the water. This is a place that should be minded well. If he got down here, his friends might have a boat to meet him, and they might send it in here from outside.
Would the barrel be a good place to put a notice on?
It might. You can put it there. Dark hair, dark eyes, smooth face, height 5 feet 5. There's not much to take hold of in that. It's a pity I had no chance of seeing him before he broke out of jail. They say he's a wonder, that it's he makes all the plans for the whole organization. There isn't another man in Ireland would have broken jail the way he did. He must have some friends among the jailers.
£100 is little enough for the government to offer for him. Oh, you may be sure any man in the force that takes him will get a promotion.
I'll mind his place myself. I wouldn't wonder at all if he came this way. He might come slipping along there, and his friends might be waiting for him there. And once he got away, it's little chance we'd have of finding him. It's maybe under a load of kelp he'd be in a fishing boat, and not one to help a married man that wants it to the roar.
And if we get him itself, nothing but abuse on our head for it from the people, and maybe from our own relations.
Well, we have to do our duty in the force. Haven't we the whole country depending on us to keep law and order? It's those that are down would be up, and those that are up would be down if it wasn't for us. Well, hurry on. You have other places to placard yet. And come back here then to me. You can take the lantern. Don't be too long now. It's very lonesome here with nothing but the moon.
It's a pity we can't stop with you. The government should have brought more police into town with him in jail, and it decides time too. Well, good luck to your watch.
£100 and promotion, sure. There must be a great deal of spending in £100. It's a pity some honest man not to be the better of that. Where are you going?
I'm a poor ballad singer, Your Honour. I thought to sell some of these to the sailors.
Stop. Didn't I tell you to stop? You can't go on there.
Oh, very well. It's a hard thing to be poor. All the world's against the poor.
Who are you?
You'd be as wise as myself if I told you, but I don't mind. I'm one Jimmy Walsh, a ballad singer.
Jimmy Walsh. I don't know that name.
Sure, they know it well enough in Ennis. Were you ever in Ennis, Sergeant?
What brought you here?
Sure, it's to the Assizes I came, thinking I might make a few shillings here or there. It's in the one train with the judges I came.
Well, if you came so far, you may as well go farther, and you'll walk out of this.
I will. I'll just go on where I was going.
Come back from those steps. No man has leave to pass them tonight.
I'll just sit on the top of the steps till I will see some sailor buy a ballad off me that would give me my supper. They do be late going back to the ship. It's often I saw them in Cork, carried down the quay in a handcart.
Move on, I tell you. I won't have anyone lingering about the quay tonight.
Well, I'll go. It's the poor have the hard life. Maybe yourself might like one, Sergeant. Here's a good sheet now. Content in a pipe. That's not much. The Peeler and the Goat.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like that. Johnny Hart, that's a lovely song.
Move on.
Wait till you hear it. There was a rich farmer's daughter, lived near the town of Ross. She courted a Highland soldier, his name was Johnny Hart. Says the mother to her daughter, I'll go distracted mad if you marry that Highland soldier, dressed up in his Highland plaid.
Stop that you going?
Sure, you told me to be going, and I am going.
Don't be a fool. I didn't tell you to go that way. I told you to go back to the town.
Back to the town, is it?
Here, I'll show you the way. Be off with you. What are you stopping for?
I think I know what you're waiting for, Sergeant.
What's that to you?
And I know well the man you're waiting for. I know him well. I'll be going.
You know him? Come back here. What sort is he?
Come back, is it, Sergeant? Do you want to have me killed?
Why do you say that?
Never mind. I'm going. I wouldn't be in your shoes if the reward was 10 times as much. Not if it was 10 times as much.
Come back, come back. What sort is he? And where did you see him?
I saw him in my own place in the County Clare. I tell you wouldn't like to be looking at him. You'd be afraid to be in the one place with him. There isn't a weapon he doesn't know the use of. And as to strength, his muscles are as hard as that board.
Is he as bad as that?
He is then.
Do you tell me so?
There was a poor man in our place, a sergeant from Ballyvaughan. It was with a lump of stone he did it.
I never heard of that.
And you wouldn't, Sergeant. It's not everything that happens gets into the papers. And there was a policeman in plain clothes, too. It is in Limerick he was. It was after the time of the attack on the police barrack at Kilmallock. Moonlight. Just like this. Waterside. Nothing was known for certain.
Do you say so? It's a terrible county to belong to.
That's so, indeed. You might be standing there looking out that way, thinking you saw him coming up this side of the quay, and he might be coming up this other side, and he'd be on you before you knew where you were.
It's a whole troop of police they ought to put here to stop a man like that.
But if you'd like me to stop with you, I could be looking down this side. I could be sitting up here on this barrel.
And you know him well, too.
I'd know him a mile off, Sergeant.
But you wouldn't want to share the reward?
Is it a poor man like me that has to be going the roads and singing at fairs to have the name on him that he took a reward? But you don't want me. I'll be safer in the town.
Well, you can stop.
All right, Sergeant. I wonder now you're not tired out, Sergeant, walking up and down the way you are.
If I'm tired, I'm used to it.
You might have hard work before you tonight yet. Take it easy while you can. There's plenty of room up here on the barrel, and you see farther when you're higher up.
Maybe so. You made me feel a bit queer the way you talked.
Give me a match, Sergeant. Take a draw yourself. It'll quiet you. Wait now till I give you a light, but you needn't turn round. Don't take your eye off the key for the life of you.
Oh, never fear, I won't. Indeed, it's a hard thing to be in the forest. Out at night, and no thanks for it for all the danger we're in. It's little we get but abuse from the people, and no choice but to obey our orders, and never ask when a man is sent into danger if you're a married man with a family.
As through the hills I walk to view the hills and shamrock plain, I stood a while where nature smiles to view the rocks and streams. On a matron fair I fixed my eyes beneath the fertile vale. As she sang her song, it was on the wrong of poor old Granuaile.
That's no song to be singing in these times.
Ah, Sergeant, I was only singing to keep my heart up. It sinks when I think of him. To think of us two sitting here, and he creeping up the quay, maybe, to get to us.
Are you keeping a good lookout?
I am, and for no reward, too. Haven't I, the foolish man? But when I saw a man in trouble, I never could help trying to get him out of it. What's that? Did something hit me?
You'll get your reward in heaven.
I know that, Sergeant. But life is precious.
Well, you can sing if it gives you more courage.
Her head was bare, hands and feet with iron bands were bound. Her pensive strain and plaintive wail mingles with the evening gale. And the song she sang with mournful air, I am old Granuaile. Her lips so sweet that monarchs kissed.
That's not it. Her gown she wore was stained with gore. That's it. You missed that.
You're right, Sergeant, so it is. I missed it. Her gown she wore was stained with gore. But to think of a man like you knowing a song like that.
There's many a thing a man might know and might not have any wish for.
Now, I dare say, Sergeant, in your youth, you used to be sitting up on a wall the way you're sitting up on this barrel now, and the other lads beside you, and you singing Granuaile.
Ah, I did that.
And the Sean van Vocht,
I did then.
and the Green on the Cape,
That was one of them.
and maybe the man you're watching for tonight used to be sitting on the wall when he was young and singing those same songs. It's a queer world.
I think I see something coming. It's only a dog.
And isn't it a queer world? Maybe it's one of the boys you used to be singing with that time. You'll be arresting today or tomorrow and sending into the dock.
That's true indeed.
And maybe one night, after you'd been singing, if the other boys had told you some plan they had, some plan to free the country, you might have joined with them. And maybe it's you might be in trouble now.
Well, who knows, but I might. I had a great spirit in those days.
It's a queer world, Sergeant. And as little any mother knows when she sees her child creeping on the floor what might happen to it before it has gone through its life, or who will be who in the end.
That's a queer thought now, and a true thought. Wait now till I think it out. If it wasn't for the sense I have, and for my wife and family, and for me joining the force the time I did, it might be myself would be after breaking jail and hiding in the dark. And it might be him that's hiding in the dark that got out of jail would be sitting up where I am on this barrel. And it might be myself would be creeping up trying to make my escape from himself. And it might be himself would be keeping the law, and myself would be breaking it. And myself would be trying to put a bullet in his head, or to take a lump of stone, the way you said he did. No, that myself did. Oh, what was that?
It's nothing, Sergeant.
I thought it might be a boat. I had a notion there might be friends of his coming about the quays with a boat.
Sergeant, I am thinking it was with the people you were, and not with the law you were when you were a young man.
Well, if I was foolish then, that time's gone.
Maybe, Sergeant. It comes into your head sometimes, in spite of your belt and your tunic, that it might have been as well for you to have followed Granuaile.
It's no business of yours what I think.
Maybe, Sergeant, you'll be on the side of the country yet.
Don't talk to me like that. I have my duties and I know them. That was a boat. I hear the oars.
Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be, in the old spot by the river, right well known to you and me.
Stop that, I tell you.
One word more for signal token, whistle up the marching tune, with your pike upon your shoulder at the rising of the moon.
If you don't stop that, I'll arrest you. That's a signal. You must not pass this way. Step farther back. Who are you? You are no ballad singer.
You needn't ask who I am. That placard will tell you.
You are the man I am looking for.
I am. There's £100 on my head. There's a friend of mine below in a boat. He knows a safe place to bring me to.
It's a pity. It's a pity. You deceived me. You deceived me well.
I am a friend of Granuaile. There's £100 on my head.
It's a pity. It's a pity.
Will you let me pass, or must I make you let me?
I am in the force. I will not let you pass.
I thought to do it with my tongue. What is that?
Here, this is where we left him.
It's my comrades coming.
You won't betray me, the friend of Granuaile.
Oh, Mother of God. Quick, get behind that barrel.
Oh, that was the last of the placards.
If he makes his escape, it won't be unknown. He'll make it.
Did anyone come this way?
No one?
No one at all.
No one at all.
We had no orders to go back to the station. We can stop along with you.
I don't want you. There's nothing for you to do here.
You bade us come back here and keep watch with you.
I'd sooner be left alone. When any man come this way and you making all that talk, it's better the place to be quiet.
Well, we'll leave you the lantern anyhow.
I don't want it. Bring it with you.
You might want it. There are clouds coming up and you have the darkness of the night before you yet. I'll leave it over here on the barrel.
Bring it with you, I tell you. No more talk.
Well, I thought it might be a comfort to you. I often think when I have it in my hand, it can be flashing it about in every dark corner, that it's the same as being beside the fire at home and the bits of bogwood blazing up now and again.
Be off with you two, yourselves and your lantern. What are you waiting for?
For my hat, of course, and my wig. You wouldn't wish me to get my death of cold. Well, good night, comrade, and thank you. You did me a good turn tonight, and I'm obliged to you. Maybe I'll be able to do as much for you when the small rise up and the big fall down, when we all change places at the rising of the moon.
£100 reward. £100. I wonder now, am I as great a fool as I think I am?